everyone, so this will be my tutorial to Faboulous' transformation. The song is one idea and it has one main loop that loops throughout most of the song, and then it has an outro which is 6 loops where it embellishes on the main idea and adds variations to it. I'll start off with the main loop to the song. So the main loop goes like this. And the main loop goes like that throughout most of the song. So this first loop, it starts off with D minor 9, so that's D in the left hand, F, A, C, E, into A minor 7, A in the left hand, C, E, G, C, into B flat major 7, B flat in the left hand, B flat, D, F, A, into G minor 7, G in the left hand, G, E flat, D, F. So those first 4 chords. And then the next chord is A minor, A in the left hand, A, C, E, into F major, F in the left hand, A, C, F, into C major over E, so that's E in the left hand, C, into C sharp diminished, so that's C sharp in the left hand, G, C sharp, E, into D minor 9 again, an octave lower down with the bass notes here, and the bass line goes like this. So that again one more time. And that's the main loop that goes throughout most of the song. Now, I'm gonna move the camera and go on to the outro. When I move the camera, you won't be able to see the bass notes down here, but they're basically pretty much the same. It's only the right hand that's gonna be changing. But like I said, now I'm gonna move on to the outro, which is 6 loops. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the first 2 loops of the outro. Now, with the bass line, you can play it lower down, or you can play it with octaves in the left hand, but just to show it on the camera, I'm just gonna leave the bass line as a single note and mainly show the right hand. So the first 2 loops of the outro, to go like this. Actually, I'll just play the first loop. So it's gonna be exactly the same as the loop I showed to the song, but it's just the very end of this first loop that's different. So you get to this chord, and then with the right hand you go. So that again. So what you do is, in the right hand, you play, you're going up A minor, so A, C, E, A. And that last note you play as a A minor chord like that, A, C, E, A, so. And then you play C, E, A, C, E like that. And then you play something similar higher up, C and E with A and E. So that again. And the same thing, an octave lower down. And then A, C. And then that goes into the next loop. with the D's and the bass line like this. So the first loop of the outro, like I said, exactly the same to start. Into the second loop of the outro. Okay, so I'm just picking this back up just before I get back into this. So with this chord here, the second to last chord of the loop, I said it's A major with C sharp in the bass. It's kind of interchangeable. You can play, oh sorry, what I said was it's C sharp diminished, but it's kind of interchangeable. You can play this chord as C sharp diminished or A major. From what I can hear, it doesn't really make too much difference. You can use either, but that's just you know, what I'm able to hear from it. But anyway, so picking this back up, starting with the second loop. So you know, you can play the left hand like that with the lower down octaves, but like I said, I'll just do it with the single note. So second loop, exactly the same. And then once you get to this A minor 7 chord, it's just voiced slightly differently. So you got A in the left hand, and then it's voiced like this in the right. G, A, C, E, then F major, then C major with E in the left hand, voiced like this, so E at the top, G and C, and then A major over C, so that's C sharp in the left hand, E and A in the right, into D minor 9 as the last chord. So all of that again, mainly the same to begin with. Voice slightly different. And then once you get to this chord, what the right hand's doing is playing into the next loop. So that again, A C, F C, C F. And then you're rippling down from C through A, F, and E. Like that. So that again. And then it will go into the third loop, which I'll move the camera for again. Okay, so continuing on with this into the third loop. It begins quite high up here. D minor 9 again, just with the only difference being the left hand is D and A, right hand still the same, just higher up. And then into A minor 7 again, and the only difference here being is A and F in the left hand, right hand's the same. From what I can hear, it sounds like this F is being played, but if it sounds incorrect, you could just leave it out or play an A octave. So you play that. Third chord's the same. Fourth chord's the same. And then once you get to this A minor, this is what the rest of the third loop's going to be doing. So all that is you're playing the A minor chord and tapping C. Tapping it once and then playing the F major, tapping it once. Playing the C major, tapping it once and then going into A major over C sharp in the left hand again. So that once more from the A minor. Then once you get to the D minor 9, the the right hand's going, I'll just play the rest of the loop, so. Into the next loop, so from the D minor, you're playing A, and then rippling C, E, A, so like that. And then C and F and A and E. And then F, C, F, C, D. And then this will go into the fourth loop. Okay, now so going into the fourth loop, it begins slightly different. And for this fourth loop, the chords change quite a bit. So the first chord is just D minor, so that's D and A in the left hand, D, F, A, into A minor 9, so that's A's in the left hand, then C, E, G, E. Third chord is B flat minor 9, so that's B flats, and then C sharp, F, A flat, and C. Into G minor 9, G's in the left hand, E flat, D, F, A. A minor 7, voiced like this with G at the top. Then F major, voiced with this A at the top. Then you're going into E minor 9, so that's E's in the left hand, G, E, D, F sharp. Into E flat 9, so that's E flats in the left hand, G, E flat, D flat, F. And then you're gonna play this A minor chord. It's basically a D minor 9, but you're gonna play the A minor chord and then hit the bass in the left hand after it. So it's gonna go, and the left hand's gonna come in like that. So this whole fourth loop up to this point. And then the rest of the loop, once you get to this point, and then it'll go into the fifth loop, starting on this D minor. So once you get to the D minor 9, voiced like this, you're just going straight up this A minor arpeggio. A, C, E, A. Then you tap in the D in the left hand. And then you're playing A, C, and then playing the A minor chord. So A, C, then A, C, E, and A. Tapping the D again in the left hand, and then playing C and A and E. Then you're playing this D an octave higher up, and then in the right hand playing A and C with E, and then E and C. And then you're playing the D lower down, and then just this E finally into the fifth loop. So that again one more time. and then it will go into the fifth loop. Okay, so now on to the fifth loop. So it starts on that same D minor again, and then you play C major inverted, so that's E, G, C, into G sharp minor 11, I think that is, so that's G sharp in the left hand, then E flat, F sharp, B flat, C sharp. And what it's going to be doing is, you can think of it like this. This is the way I think of it. So the bass note, a fifth up from that, is just playing the minor 7 on top of that. These three chords are just doing the exact same thing, just higher and lower down. So starting that again. G sharp minor 11 into G minor 11, so that's G, D, F, A, C. A minor 11, A in the left hand, E, G, B, D. Into F major 9, I think this is, so that's F in the left hand, C major inverted, E, G, C. And then you bring the left hand all the way up here. It's just playing E minor 9. It's the same two chords from before. E minor 9, E flat 9, just an octave higher up. And then D minor 9 voice like this, so that's D and A in the left hand. Right hand is the same, so. And then once you hit this, you tap the D once after hitting it. And the rest of the loop will go like this. Into the final loop, so starting from there again. So after you tap the D in the left hand once, you're playing C and A and E. Then you're gonna play D, A. The same thing from before. After you play D and A, C, then playing the A minor chord. Tap D in the left hand once. Then you tap D in the left hand once and then go. So C and A and E, back to C and A. This final bit, so it's kind of like you play the D and A almost at the same time, but just rippling them slightly after one another. So once you've rippled them, you play the A in the right hand, and then E in the left hand with C and A in the right, and then A and E. So that last little bit again. Then you tap D in the left hand once, then play C major inverted, and C and G. So this last little bit, hopefully it's not been too confusing. Just one more time again. And then this will go into the final loop, which is so this final loop, once you played that, it's gonna be D minor 9 voice like this, D in the left hand, A, C, E, A minor 7 voice like this with C at the top, E flat major 7, exactly the same as before. Then the G minor 7, you're playing it like this, and you're rippling it and going back and forth between this B flat and the B flat higher up. So from that B flat to that B flat. Into A minor 7 voice like this. F major voice like this with A at the top. And then the C major just E in the left hand, C and E, so voice like this. Into this definitely sounds like C sharp diminished the last time around. Played like this, C sharp, E, G, C sharp. And then you don't, on the last part of it, you don't hit the chord, you just play the D's like this, going from this octave to that one. And then the right hand's gonna do this at the very end. So once you play that chord, play D to D and then A minor arpeggio. So A, C, A, C, A, F, E, C, A, C, A, F, E, F, E, C, and then a final D in the left hand to end it. So that once more. And that's pretty much the whole song. The only thing I'd like to add to it is when you do the ending, you can, if you wanted to imitate the string section at the end, it's essentially just, it's going up A minor inversion. So at the end there, when you play this, you can play A minor in the left hand, and as it's going down, and invert it up higher. So if I was playing at a normal speed, it would sound like something like that in the right hand. And of course, when you're playing the final bit, it's slowing down quite a lot. And yeah, obviously it's not at the same tempo, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this song.